Hi everyone, happy Saturday. It's Tara with Tara's Take. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back, or welcome here for the first time. Today I wanted to make some, I'm going to show you real quick. I did one and I put it in our altar book. I know I mentioned to you guys I wanted to do belly bands. So I made this belly band and I decided to come on video and show you how. It's a magnetized, you can also do like a closure here, but it's a little flip belly band that has journaling space inside. I went ahead and put some light paper so that it would kind of just, you know, blend in with the background, and covered the magnets here, and then the other magnet is on the back, and this is glued in, like I said, as a belly band. So I think he's really pretty cute, and I want to show you how to make them. So let's get started. I hope everybody's having a good day and that you're all blessed and happy and well and able to craft today and have some fun, or at least hang out on the videos with us, all of us on here, and enjoy your day. What I've brought is, I brought some kind of neutrally pieces to cut from. They're all scraps to glue down as a backdrop like I did on that one, to have a place for the person to write on. And then also I brought a few scraps that I can make that are wide enough. Like this one's another piece of that same one. And now we can make these as tall or as short as we want. And you know, you can make them wider if you want, but like these pieces here and this piece here will fold over nicely and make a flap, and then it'll be a little bit wider. And I was thinking that would be cool. And then I have, like, this is a piece that does not have anything on the other side, so I was thinking it could be just the butterflies, and then maybe either distressed, or we could glue it to something. So we'll see. I don't even know if I'll get to all of them, of course, but I just wanted to make sure and bring a big enough selection. I brought some Tim Holtz papers. I love this one, and I thought that would make a really cool one. And then this paper is out of that postcard scrapbook pad that I told you guys about. And then these two are from that new one I got recently. Kind of pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my my cutter, and I am going to cut these pieces down. Let's see. Make sure that the side that you want to be glued down, and then the side that you want to be folded over, okay? So I'm thinking I don't want to waste this bird, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this side and use it, and then I'm going to glue my piece here for them to write on. I might not have to. This paper's pretty light, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this. Let's see here. How high do I want it? Don't want it super tall, of course, because it's got to fit in our book, our journal. My journals are usually, the page is usually about 9 inches tall or so, 8.5, something like that. So if I did it at 8, I'd be safe for it to fit, or even 7.5 or so. I think I'll do this one at 8, or approximately at 8. So I just did a little snip here on the side, and I'm going to use this line of words to follow across. And that's about, you know, you don't want it too wide. I mean, you can make it wider if you want. You just want it wide enough so that when you fold it over, you have a place for them to write, but it's still like a belly band. You know what I mean? So let's see how this one is. I may have to cut it down. You never know. I'm definitely going to have to trim it better than that. So that's why I was going to use my razor and do it with my X-Acto knife. Let's see here. That other piece I did in the altered book, it just kind of seemed like almost the perfect size, you know. Okay, so when I fold this over, this gives me a little space to decorate right here, and then this part will be for them to write on. So I'd say It's about 2.5, 2 3/4 inches, just under 2 3/4. So just depends. It can be narrower, like I said. You can have them short, tall, whatever you want. And then what I did was I used the ones I usually use for my policy envelopes. Okay. These little circles, they're 1-inch circles I've punched out. And I used these. Now you could use anything, any type of piece of ephemera. You could put, you know, a little Tim Holtz square over your magnet. That would be cute. I might do that on one of them. You don't have to use magnets. You can use where you just tuck this under, you know, the piece, like you could have a piece there. However, I will say that if you want them to have space to write, that's not going to work, because you could do a policy and have it just the string come around one time and undo. We might do one of those. If you try to have it wrap any more than that, of course it won't work, because it's a what do you call it? It has to wrap around, and since it's belly band, that wouldn't work very well. But if you just did it once and did just like glued it from this point around and brought it around and, you know, wrapped it around once, then they could undo it, open this up. So you could do a policy closure, kind of a one wrap. Okay. And get my magnets. Where'd I do it? Here they are. Of course, they're stuck over here on my one of my punches. So I'm going to take a couple of these off. And then what I did earlier, I did the back side first. Okay. And I wanted it so that, okay, let me grab this. I wanted it so this matches. Okay, this meets up. So you want to make sure you do it kind of in the center and then off to whichever direction you're going to put it. If you're going to put it, you know, on that side, you want to put it on the left. If you're going to turn it here, you're going to want it on the right. So mine is, yeah, mine's a lefty. So we're going to glue this. Of course, it's sticking to my metal glue. I'm going to put some glue on here. Okay, and these, I was surprised with the magnet. They still sealed down pretty good. Like, I had to hold it there, but it did work. And you're going to center your magnet, and then get it kind of centered there, and then press. Where's my, oh, I've hidden my, here, I'll just grab another one, my dry wipe, and just press that on. I think that's kind of not centered. There we go. That's better. Okay. And I, of course, glued it on the wrong side, which it really doesn't matter on the back one because it's not going to show anyway. Oops. Sorry. There we go. Now, what I did on this part was I glued this magnet, and I made sure to get the right side. Let's not forget what happened yesterday. So we're going to do it on this side. And I put the glue on. You guys can see me. I'm kind of doing that near myself. I shouldn't be doing that anyway. Okay. And then what I did was I sat this like this, and I let them, uh-oh, I bet I did it on the wrong side again. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Almost got me. Anyway, I let it find its mate, okay? And then I centered it and pressed this down. So once you know where it's supposed to go, then you can pull this up and kind of bring it over here and press it on. See? And there you go. Now it's magnetized, and just make sure to press this down nice so that it stays down. And then what I did was I took, now like I said, this one's so light on the paper, they can write on that. So I don't think I need to cover it unless it's just for the sake of, you know, making it look pretty and kind of framed. Let me see if I have something here that'll look good on that peachy colored tan. That doesn't look bad. Let me see. So I could put that there, and then they'd have a little place to write, you know, that would look in contrast, I'll say. I'm going to go ahead and distress this. Yeah, I thought these were cute. Me and my magnets, all of a sudden I'm like, I got magnets. It's taken me forever to get magnets. I know they're nothing new to anybody out there probably, but for me, I just didn't order them, you know. I tried really hard. I have a lot of supplies, and I tried really hard not to just dive and get every single supply I ever saw anybody use, which was very difficult, and I did get a lot of them. But magnets and vellum paper, certain things were like, they were on my list to get, but not right now. And so I've been watching people use the magnets for over a year, and I just now finally ordered them because I thought, okay, you know, there are a few things I would really like to make, and it's not gonna, I'm not gonna be able to make them without those. So I gave in. Now I kind of like this without putting anything on here, so I think I'm gonna leave it this time. Now what I did was, and you can decorate with anything. You can use, you know, your little portraits. We could do, let me see. It's got to be thin enough that it'll fit, you know, on this strip. At least for my liking. If you want to do something that's, you know, more covering like the whole thing, or decorate on the inside, that's up to you. I'm leaving this as like a journaling belly band for them. I just thought it was kind of a fun idea. Oh, this little girl, look at her. She is so cute. Oh, I'm going to use her. I'm going to cut this down to where you can see what she's doing, but it's going to make it tall and skinny so she'll fit on this piece. There we go. She's in Grandma's kitchen. Reminds me of me as a little girl, standing on the chair helping my grandma cook. My grandma, she was something else. Little Italian woman who was so American. You know, she was born here, and she was so American, and she didn't even half the time remember she was an Italian. She had her blood, you know, she was Italian by blood. She just was a country woman, you know. Man, she could farm, and even crippled, my grandma would get out and she'd walk with her cane out onto the farm, and she'd deal with the garden during the day, and she'd hobble along with her cane, and me, tagging along behind her. She was a wonderful lady, hard-working woman. She had been, married her whole adult life, and then her and my grandpa got divorced in the 60s, which was, an odd thing. She got married when she was 16. And so they ended up getting divorced, and she kept the farm, and she continued to work that land and do just like she had done, but she also had a job, and she worked at one point, she was the manager of the first Kentucky Fried Chicken in Kokomo, Indiana. And then, so I grew up eating the most wonderful Kentucky Fried Chicken slaw. You know, my grandma knew the recipe, and then she worked as a maid, and she was the head housekeeper at the hospital, at the Howard County Hospital where I was born, and then she was the head housekeeper at Holiday Inn. Yeah, so she was just a hard-working woman, and then she retired and helped raise me. My mom and dad lived in Kokomo, and my grandma's farm was in Galveston. I'm going to put this little butterfly up here in the corner. I really think he'll look pretty on this paper. And so my mom and dad, you know, Kokomo, where they lived, it was about 12 miles or so, 10 to 12, something like that, from grandma to grandma's farm. Well, back in the day, you know, they would get up at like 4 o'clock in the morning and work, and then they would, you know, have to tote me back and forth because my grandma babysat me. Well, they decided to let me stay at grandma's during the week, and what they would do was they would, on Sunday night or over the weekend, they would stay all weekend at grandma's, or they would take me home to Kokomo, okay? And then during the week, they would leave me with grandma, and they would come home to grandma's after work, and this way they didn't have to drag me back and forth all, you know, every morning and evening. And so they would come home to grandma's house, and then they would tuck me in. We'd have dinner as a family. I mean, if I hadn't known it, I would never have known my mom and dad didn't live there, you know. And I just thought this was cute. I don't know, it might look good here. Just a piece of it, not even a big piece, just some. Look at these. The back. I'm gonna put those over there. Anyway, but they would leave me at grandma's house, okay? On Sunday night. They would go to work on Monday morning, and then on Monday afternoon they would come home to grandma's. And then that night they would tuck me in, and we'd have dinner together as a family and all of that. And then they would tuck me in, and then they would go home to Kokomo and do it all over again, and they'd go to work the next day. And you know, and for me as a little girl, I didn't know any other life. I only have memory, and I guess I was probably about 4 or 5 years old. I remember one weekend going to Kokomo to be at the house, you know, where Mommy and Daddy lived. But yeah, I just lived at grandma's house. And they lived there too, as far as I was concerned. I didn't, you know, to me, they lived there because I would go to sleep and they were still there. And then when I went to sleep, they'd take off and go home and get up and go to work. And then in the morning, I'd have breakfast and stuff with my Uncle David and my grandma, and do my little thing with grandma all day. And then Mommy and Daddy would come home. And when I was about 4 and a half, they came. No, I guess I was 5. They actually moved to the farm and bought a mobile home. And I lived in the mobile home with Mom and Dad, and you know, and in the mornings they'd go to work, and I'd get ready for school. I was in kindergarten by then. And then in the afternoon, the bus would drop me off, and I'd go home to grandma. And then Mom and Dad would come home, you know, and life was just great, you know. It was a very good childhood, and I never really knew anything else. And then when I got older and we moved out here to Arizona, Grandma still stayed with us part of the time. You know, she lived with us for a little while, and then she got her own place, and that was really weird because I'd actually have to walk to Grandma's house and not just cross the yard. But yeah. So yeah, that was my grandma. She was awesome. I was looking here to see if there's anything I could add to this little baby. It's a little bit wide, and when it opens, see, you got to keep this in mind, anybody who's new, and you got to keep this in mind. When you open it, this will get bent, so can't be too wide for your space. Okay, let's see here. I have these my little treasure words, my little bag of words here. Let's see what we got. Ah, I like that. So this is going to go there. This little baby girl is protected because he is with her always. That's how I felt as a child. I always knew in my heart that the Lord was with me. Before I was ever saved, or, you know, I always knew in my heart that what my grandma taught me was true. I just felt it in my bones. And that feeling has never left me, and I'm so grateful to God, because I know so many folks who, beautiful, wonderful folks that I love, who life has impacted them, and they've kind of lost their way and their faith about whether or not the Lord is true, and whether He's a good God, or whether He's with them. And I'm very grateful that I never lost that sense of His presence. Even in the midst of storms, I've just known, and even when I didn't feel Him, I've known to know that He was there. And I'm grateful to Him, because that's not from me, that's Him giving me that, you know. But I promise you, if you go through something in life and it brings about a doubt in your heart, please know that He is real, He is true, and He is God, and that He loves you with all His heart. He loves you with an everlasting love that no one can ever take away. And that He's there for you. Even when you don't feel Him, He is there for you. I'm going to put this little guy on the outside. He matches the big one on the inside. And I just think it's kind of pretty. Turn him the other way from the way that one's pointed. Okay, so there's our little belly band, okay? That's what we're going to be doing. I hope you like them. And I think this will fit. Now let me make sure I made it the right height. It's not too, yeah, it's good. Look. We're good. Can you see? Yeah, we're good. So that's in a journal that's about 9 inches here. Or no, 8.5, because it's the paper is 8.5. So I made it 8 inches. It's kind of perfect. Isn't she cute? I really like these. And then they have all this journaling space on the inside. Praise God. I feel like when I get a new idea like that, I feel like that's from the Lord, because I just sit and rack my brain, you know, trying to think of something. Oh, I am, yeah, I always kind of feel inadequate to the task, I'll be honest with you guys. It's the truth. I honestly do. I know things work out and they come out cute sometimes, you know, everything, but yeah, I don't go into it. I kind of go into every video, Lord help me. I really do. I really, really do. Because I know me. And I know how easy it is for me to not succeed at something. So let's see. What did we say we did that one at? About, what was it? I'm going to measure again, because that seems to be really a good size. Or just maybe a little bit bigger so my fold could be bigger. So this is like 4 inches. I'm going to try one at 5 inches so I can fold it over a little bit more. Let's see. Yeah. So this is going to be a little bit wider. But I think that'll be okay, like I said, because I'm going to be folding it. I'm going to be folding it over, so this looks like a good height. I'm going to use this line right here as my measure. Try to pretend like it's straight. I hope. All right. Now I want these beautiful, yeah, see, now I like this. This one will be a little more room to decorate on. That's what I was wanting. I like that. That's good. And it's still narrow enough to be considered a belly band, but they're going to have even more space to write on as well, so that'll be nice for whoever has the journal, right? Writing space is always a good thing. Always, always a good thing, I think. Okay. I really like this idea. I think it's kind of fun. Maybe I'll cut a couple pieces, and that way I can, not necessarily mass make, but at least I can kind of get a few done with you guys, you know. So I'm going to use this as my guide. Ooh, look how crooked that is. That's okay. Don't worry about it. Those little imperfections make our junk journals look beautiful. That is, either I'm cutting crooked now or I cut crooked before. One of the two. Probably before. Now that I'm looking at it, this one's pretty crooked. Here, I'm going to do it from this end because it flares out. Yeah, there we go. And here, I'm going to go from here because it flares out on this top. Okay. Now let me move these two out of the way. And I'm going to do these Tim papers because I really want to do some with this paper. Like, I really want to. I would love this paper so much. Let's see. Man, that piece is way crooked. Yeah, I think I'm liking about this size, so I'm gonna I am going to try to keep them about here. Okay. I shouldn't have thrown that piece away. You know why? That could be a tiny tag. A little mini tag. I'm going to be doing a tag video here pretty soon because I need to make some tiny tags. And I thought I'd bring you guys along to hang out with me while I do it. If you want. You don't have to hang out if you don't want to. I love this side. It's so pretty. Okay. All right. I hope I cut this the right direction. I wasn't really, to be honest, I wasn't paying much attention to how I held that other side. Let me see. Well, let's fold it over. I'm going to cover this and have this side folded over. Yeah. 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 And that's what I'm going to do. Okay. There. Now, let's make us some belly bands. What are we going to call these? Belly band magnet fold outs? I don't know. Oh, darn it. Did I do that the wrong direction? I sure did. No, it's not. Okay. I thought it was. Why did I suddenly start talking like that? I do that. I'm sure you guys have noticed by now that I do. I tend to mutter in accents. I do that. That's me. That is not me, like, you know, pretending or anything. That's just me. My husband laughs at me. I go, I don't want to offend anybody because you know how I do accents all the time. And he goes, that's just you, honey. You know, and he's got kind of a southern accent because he was, I think I probably told you, but he was born here, but then he was raised in Georgia till he was, from the time he was 2 until he was about 11 or 12. Long enough for that southern drawl to hit, you know, and hold. Well, he doesn't talk necessarily with a drawl all the time, but it's definitely still there. You know what I mean? There's still, like the day I met him, the first thing he ever said to me, and he sounded almost like Sam Elliott, the actor. He said, "My God, woman, you're beautiful." So that was the day I met him. We joke a lot about that day. That was funny. But yeah, so he has that deep voice that can go into a drawl very easily. Let's put it that way. Now, you know what I think I'll do real quick? Should I do a policy? I should do one policy, huh? Just so we see. I had made one earlier and then I didn't do anything with it. So let's do one and just see where it goes. How's that? Because when I was doing it, I was thinking, oh, this isn't going to work. But as I was showing you guys, I thought if you only wrapped it once, it could work. So let's say we have it over here tied off. I'm just measuring and kind of getting a little estimation, and then we wanted to wrap it. Let's cut it at about here, and then we can trim what we don't need, right? So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm just doing a little distress on this because it's so bright white. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna attempt to tie. What I did initially was I took 2 of these, okay? So that can you see? Okay. And I took my little punch, and you can use an awl, a pokey tool, whatever you want. And I punched with this thing, tiny little thing, and punched a hole in it. And I used one of the small brads. I get these at Joann's. They're Tim Holtz, and they're all different colors. Anyway, and so I punched a hole and put that through the 2 of them, okay? And then I'm going to tie. Now, I've done this before and it works great, but let's see how fumbly my fingers. You know what I'm going to do first? I'm going to go ahead and get this ready, and then I'll be able to lasso it over that, hopefully, and tie it off. Okay, so I tied a little faux knot there, okay, and I'm just tying that off. And then what I'm going to do is put these down. I'm going to trim this off, and this worked for me the last time I did it, so that's why I'm doing it this time. I hope it does again. And I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue here. Okay, not a ton. Don't want it seeping out or anything. And then I'm going to put this about in the center, and I'm going to make sure my baker's thread is off to the, to the right, because I want it to wrap that direction. Okay, I'm just going to press that on in the center of the front. So now, of course, this is going to impact the way you decorate it. You can't put something right in the middle. I mean, I guess you can't, because you're going to be wrapping it. So now what I'm going to do is wrap this around, okay, and I'm going to glue the back. And then I'm just going to have it so that you can just do a little wrap like that. And I'm going to trim this off. Okay. So we're going to glue the back here. And all you got to do, you can do hot glue if you want. I'm going to just run a bead of the glue. This works real good. And then hold that down, press it in. And it doesn't take long. It dries pretty quick, and it's very secure. I've done this many, many times. I've seen Tina do it many, many times. Okay, and then there you go. So it's ready to put in your journal. You can decorate it. Very cool, right? It worked. So you don't have to have magnets. You do not have to have magnets. We could even use, as a closure, you could even use one of these little magnets we did yesterday, or the other day. That could hold it as well. And then, well, if you did it to the side, it would. You know why? Because it's a belly band. So if you had to hold it down like that, that's kind of cute. Okay, and then it's glued in, right? And when you want to use it, you could just do that and open it. So you got options. Other than magnets, you don't have to have magnet. I mean, well, that uses a magnet, doesn't it? So that just kind of, well, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, I love you guys. You do have to tolerate a lot with me sometimes. And the more you get to know me, you're going to see, anyway. Oh, praise the Lord. Let me see here. I was looking because I do have all these pretty papers I brought along. I wanted to try and use to have as like the glue down part, you know. Oh, that one's cute there. Nah, it doesn't match the roses at all. Never mind. Never mind. I wonder if this one's... I kind of feel the same way about this one, but it's kind of such a lighter look that you almost don't need anything. Now let me see here though, because I do have all of these with me. Let me see. They're all kind of pinky though, and blue. Yeah. That one's pretty, but I mean, that's not going to be easy to write on. It's kind of lumpy. Let me see. Let me see. I guess it can handle it. Yeah, okay. Okay, we'll try this. So, I want to frame it. I don't want it to be over the whole thing. So I'm going to do it about right there. So that it just sits inside as a cover on the front of, I have no idea if that's the right length. Let's see, did I do the right length? Yeah, that's not bad. That's pretty, right? That'll be cute. Yeah, okay, good. Okay, did I do it straight, sort of straight? That song's been in my, I get certain songs in my head. And You Are My Sunshine. My grandma used to play that song on the piano all the time. And me and my mother would sing it. I think I'm going to do this with my glue stick. Might be easier. My grandma played, one of our favorite things to do was on Saturday nights. Yes, I came from the generation that used to have sing-alongs with the family. And we would sit around the piano and my grandma played. My mom would play too, but mostly my grandma. And me and my mom would sing. All of us would, but me and my mom mainly. And we would sing You Are My Sunshine. We'd do Sweet Georgia Brown. What else? Makin' Whoopee. All the old musical, songs. Somewhere Over the Rainbow. And When the Irish Eyes Are Smiling, It was an awesome way to grow up on the farm with family like that. I'm very blessed to have had that. That is pretty, actually. I like that. I hope you do too. So, okay, let's wipe this up because I made a mess over here and I don't want it to mess up anything. This glue gets on stuff and it will just mess up your paper so bad. It's very sticky. Okay. There's that one. Now, where's my other papers? What did I do with them? I've got all these papers stacked up over here. Got a mess. I do want to do this one. Now. Oh, goodness. This paper. It's yummy to me. I love it. Do you guys like this paper? It's Tim, of course. There's just something about this design that this side. I like both sides, but this side just makes my eyes happy. Every time I look at it. I don't have any better way to say it than it makes my eyes happy. Do we want this to be the front? Oh gosh. You know what? Maybe because I just don't know. I think I want to leave this and I don't want to cover it. Unless it's with that one, which might match that one piece. Let's see. No. Nah. I don't. Nah. And this one doesn't. That's too harsh. I want to leave it open so for them they can write on it or whatever. I could put like coffee dyed paper on top. So I'm going to go ahead and fold this side and make this the outside because I'll be decorating over this side. Okay. This time I am going to do, see that glue is still on my thing there, it's sticky. I'm going to do the magnets on this one. I like the magnet thing. Okay. I'm going to have to be getting me some more. I'm using them so quick. Okay. Hopefully I'll get the magnet on the right side. Goofball. I try, but I tell you what. I can't help it. Goofball. Maybe I'll just use my eyes and do it this way. Okay. Does that look pretty centered? I hope. Well, this was a fun Saturday craft idea to just kind of make something new. I don't know if you guys have ever made these. I've never seen these before, so I'm hoping that this was my idea. You know, it's really hard to have your own idea nowadays. I mean, it really is. Pretty much everything's been thought of. I mean, honestly. So, yeah. Okay. That's the best way to do it, is to do the inside one first, and then when you do the outside one, you don't have to worry about putting it on the right direction. So that's a tip. Keep that in mind, you guys. That'll make it a little easier for you. You don't have to worry about where you put it. You can just sit the magnet down on the back where it's supposed to be and glue your paper down over it, or your whatever you're using. I just used these because they were easy. They're cute. I mean, I can distress them and they look okay, you know. They look kind of old school. Now this one's not wanting to stay down. Come on. Stop it. Stay down. This paper keeps wanting to lift. Look at that. It's all crinkling up on me and wanting to lift up. Better stop. I'm glad it's going to be on the back. Okay, so there's that piece. Oh, I love that. Look at that inside. Yummy. Okay, what are we going to do with this one? I'm thinking a guy. I'm going to grab my paper, my bigger paper dolls, because I'm thinking maybe a big one will fit on there. Let's at least give it a try, right? I think so. Oh, I have all these. I haven't used these. I only did a couple of them, and then the portrait ones. Oh, they're so nice. I need to make something and use those again. All right. Everybody's sitting down. Come on, you guys. I need somebody standing up, and I don't want it to be this soldier. Now, I wanted a gentleman on. Oh, wait, here, maybe. Okay, there's one. Here's one. Standing, standing. Here's a boy standing. Another one standing. Huh. He looks cool. I wish I had something for him to lean on. Okay. Oh, here we go. Here's a couple more guys standing. All right. Let's see, guys. I'm going to put the little boy back. You aren't going to be here. Let me see. How are you? I want a gentleman. Oh, he's leaning, huh? He's not, though. Okay. They both, I just noticed they both have medals on, these guys. He's got one right there. Or is that a watch? It almost looks like a medal. And he's got some type of medal. I think I'm going to use this man. He's not leaning. He doesn't have any medals or any, you know, to signify he's like a sheriff or a politician or any of that stuff. So I think I'll use him. And he's kind of got that vibe with this paper, you know. It's totally, you know, it's a Tim Holtz paper, so it's got that look, you know. Okay, he fits. Yay! Okay, now what are we going to put as a backdrop or some decorative stuff on here? Let me see. Might fit on this one because it's wider now, remember? I'm just quickly looking here in my little holders to see. Oh, you know what would be cute? Me and my tabs, right? It would be though, I promise. Look. If I did like one of, oh, like this one. Oh, I like that. That would be cute to put. Oh, these are really stuck. Is that glue stuff? Oh, dang, that's stuck. No, I was thinking that this would be kind of cool right here. And then when they want to open it, and then they could move this and they could use it as a bookmark or whatever. I don't know. We'll see. Either that or I could glue one of these cool tabs over here. Oh, this one's nice. I don't know, I just think that would look kind of neat to have a tab right there. Or even down here. I don't care, you know me and tabs, I just like using them. I don't know why, I just think they look so daggone cute. I'm just darkening the edges here of this. Okay, I think I'm just gonna put this on here because I want it there. I just want it there, okay? You guys can put what you want on yours, I promise. But this one's going to have a tab. Plus, this tab looks, I don't know, old school, brown, dingy, kind of, you know, I like it. There we go. All right. Now, at least I got something down, right? Now, what I was looking here is in this little, I've got these little images. No, it's too big, way too big, way too big. This one's too big too, so probably will not use it, but what I was thinking I could do is a little bit of collaging with like a couple of pieces of Tim stuff. Just gotta pull out my handy dandy Tim bags here. Does that fit? Let's see. What is in here? Oh, I like that. I don't know about you guys, but when I get a song in my head and I'm like working or, you know, because I'm doing this and I'm concentrating, so I'm not concentrating on like talking as much, and that silly song keeps coming to my head. If I start singing, it's not to sing, it's because I just keep thinking about it, and that's automatically kind of what I do is sing. So that, or talk to myself, or mumble, or you know what I'm saying. I was thinking that would look kind of cool on the back, and then maybe a couple of other little things. Or here's what we could do. You're like, is there going to be anything left of that when you're done with it? Nope. I'm just going to cut it into pieces. I'm going to keep ripping it until there's nothing left. I've done that before. Don't laugh. It could happen. I was just trying to make it fit so that I could kind of collage it behind him. I like this card. I like the words and the way it looks, but it's too big, so. There we go. That's a little better. What time is it? Okay, we're good. We still got about 10 minutes before I go, I'm running over, I'm running over. And we can put this piece. I'm going to go ahead and glue it. I'm just going to commit. Like Tina always tells, just get it on the paper, commit to it, because otherwise you're just going to keep looking. And you're going to keep moving it and trying different things, and, you know, that's what happens. So I'm committing to these two pieces. I like them. I don't know that they're the last thing I'll put on here. I actually think I might grab a few of the little signs and stuff that I was playing with earlier in Tim's stuff. I think I'll just keep this like right there at a slant. I like that. I love things to slant. He looks good right there. Look at that. He just looks handsome, handsome. My daughter always says, "How'd you get so handsome?" Let's see. That kind of matches. Almost too much, right? I love Tim Holtz paper. It's so beautiful. It makes me happy. He's just cute. I'm putting him on here. No rhyme or reason. I just like him. Now I went the wrong way, so of course I messed him up. Shoot. Shoot. I just cut off his beak. Look. He's almost chopped off. Not quite. I was going to sit him down here in this corner. I don't know. He just looks cute there. I hope you like it. Or am I just imagining things? I'm fooling myself. All right. I am liking these belly bands. They're fun. I think they're fun. I hope you think they're fun. And that I didn't waste my time making the video. Let me know in the comments. Were these okay? Oh, he's just awesome on there. It's perfect, perfect, perfect. I need a drink of water. It's getting thirsty. Okay, now that's enough with these guys, and I'm gonna pull excuse me, my little thing out here and grab a couple of these little pieces for fun, just to add maybe a little touch of color, you know. Let's see. Oh, I like that piece. I love this this little kit of ephemera. I really, really like it. I don't know why. I just think these little squares are so cute. They just add something to the picture for me. I don't know if y'all feel that way, but I love them so much. Now I'm going to grab one of my phrases here, because I need to make sure this man has something. Oh, aim higher and dream bigger. That's a blessing right there. That looks like something that he might tell you. Aim higher and dream bigger, son. Okay. Now, I'm going to glue some of these down. Of course, got to stress around that corners because the edges are white. Okay. And this is going to be the last one I do with y'all. I'll finish these on my own. But I'll be back tomorrow, and I hope you'll come and hang out with me again. I hope I get to hear from you guys. I love hearing from you guys. I really, really do. Seriously. I'm going to go ahead and glue him down so he's not moving around, because he's our main focal point, you know. He might be in our altered book too, because I really wanted to have like a belly band on each side of those shorter pockets. I just thought it'd be kind of cool. There's that. Press him on. Ah, he is nice on there. Perfecto. Okay. And we'll just have this crisscross a little bit right there. Doesn't mean anything. It's no meaning whatsoever. They just look cute. Can't read them, they're too tiny. If you have good enough eyes to see it, praise the Lord. Personally, I don't know what it says. Okay. That one. And then this I'm going to put right here. Because if I try to put it on the right side, it's going to be a little too wide, I think, because he's taken up, you know what I mean? I could have glued him over, but I really liked him centered, so this is fine. It's okay if they have a little message on the side where they're going to write, isn't it? It looks good. It balances it out, I think. Now, I think he needs some gold. Because, I don't know. Oops. He just looks like he might be framed in some gold. Amen? Oh my goodness, I like these. This was a fun, you know, I was trying to think, because I didn't want to do a video and make a belly band that is just a normal belly band. And I've already done the lace belly bands, and I was like, oh, what can I do? Because I really need some belly bands, but I don't want them to just be your typical. And I think these kind of, you know, have a little bit of a snazzy bit to them, you know. I like these. So there's that one. And where did I put the others? Oh, here's our little girl. She's so cute. And then we have this one. And I didn't decorate this one, but, you know, we're almost out of time, so I'm not going to with you guys. But I will probably show it to you later on. But anyway, they look nice, right? They're fun, easy. I think they're pretty easy, and I think they're versatile, effective, interactive. I love all those things. So yeah, they'll have a nice little space to write. I might go ahead and put some coffee dye paper on the inside here, just so that they have a good, you know, they know that they can write on that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys had a good time. I know I did. I will see you tomorrow. Have a blessed day, and have a good time tomorrow if you go to church or with your family, whatever you're going to be doing. I love you guys, and I'll see you then. Bye.